Hello everyone, I would like to introduce you to the Rashomon event, talk a little bit about it, and then I'll talk about a little bit of the Gacha later on in the video. So let's just jump right into what the Rashomon event is. On the Rashomon event, you will not use your AP for it. You will use another resource called uh, BP. And BP, as you can see on the image right here, it's let me enhance it so you can see it better. On BP, it's like another resource. It will be above your AP bar, and you will use that instead of AP. It refills one ball of BP per hour, and the battle can take 1, 2, or 3 BP depending on which one you do. So you use that to enter the battles, and it's a raid, so everyone like has a shared amount of HP on the boss. And once you hit that amount of HP, the boss dies. You fight a story battle, and then you can farm the boss how much as you like afterwards. But while the boss is alive, you don't get anything else about doing that. You can just farm after he dies. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's about all that is. And now the other aspect of this event is that the second image means that you will deal damage to the boss to get points on the ladder, and the points on the ladder are directly as much how much damage you dealt to the boss in total. So the more damage you deal to the boss, the more you get points in the ladder, and it's just like the other ladders you've done already. It's like Rush Honoji, it's like Saber Wars. So that's not there's not much to say there, except it's not by winning the battle that you win, it's by the ladder points. Now here is the part that I'm not sure how they're gonna handle on the NA release. On the Japanese release, JP, the thing that happened is if you die to the boss on the first time around, you did not get anything. If you die to the boss, you would not get the damage you have dealt. You would basically have just wasted your BP, and you wouldn't get anything. You wouldn't get the drops, you wouldn't get the damage you dealt, you wouldn't get anything. So, I highly recommend you to be ready to have that happen to you. If you are fighting a battle that you cannot handle, just go to lower difficulty. The lowest difficulty is very easy, and once you have the CEs, I guarantee you that you'll be able to do the at least the 1 million, and doing the 1 million, you can clear the event no problem. I guarantee you. Now, uh, so yeah, you can clear the event doing the 1 million HP boss. I guess I'll just say that right now that the one BP has like 300,000 HP. The two BP has 1 million HP, and the three BP has 6 million HP. So of course, because your ladder is how much damage you do to the boss. The more HP the boss has, the better. But at the same time, it's a harder fight, so you might be careful with what you want. So the second aspect of this event is the CEs, and I'm gonna change the scene a little bit here. So the CEs for this event are the basically I'm gonna call them the Ushi CE and the Kintoki CE. So the Kintoki CE will generate stars and give starting MP, and the Ushi CE gives quick performance up and what is it again? When you die, it gives a quick performance up poof to everyone on your party. So that's what they do as Cs. But additionally, they have this effect that you see on the screen. The Ushi C increases the attack power of the equipped servant by 200%, and the Kintoki C increases the entire entire party, including sub members, uh, attack by 50%. So what this means is if you have a Kintoki C on someone in the back, it still affects your characters in the front, but you only can but the UCC only works on the servant that is using them. So it seems like you think that maybe okay, I maybe want two characters with the OCC because in case of my one dying and whatever. I thought about that like that too, but here's a real tip that I'm gonna give it to you. Limit broke your UCC as soon as you can. The sooner you get this UCC limit broken, the sooner you get at 7 that deals 300% damage. So the sooner you can do 6 million. That's basically it. Like 6 million is really tough for a lot of people. It's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna sweet code it. It's hard. So if you want to do it, you probably need to max limit break this C, the UCC, as quickly as possible. Because the thing about the UCC is it only works for one servant, and that servant has to be active. It has to be on the front line. You have to. So there's no real point in having multiple UCCs. So you want to max limit broke that one. The Kintokisi you want to keep separate copies because you can have two copies and give 50% separately is 100% total. So, but if you have five copies and you merge them, they only give 100%. So it's not worth it. You might as well keep the five copies of Kintokisi and use them over fusing them together. So yeah, remember that Marshall is free. She's a slot for C's anytime you want. So always good to keep her in mind. If you have level her, it's good. If you haven't, it doesn't matter. You probably won't even see her. If you, by the point you see her, it's probably already too late. Uh, think about Ku. Fate Stay Night Ku is really good. He can survive a really long time. In this event, if you survive 15 turns, the battle ends. So that was the two win conditions you had on the original. You had to either kill Ibaraki or survive 15 turns. And Fate Stay Naiku can help you survive those 15 turns. Trust me, he will. You slap him on the back line. He's only a silver servant, so his cost is not that high. You can slap him there, and then if he comes to the battle and then he needs to survive like maybe 5 turns, he can do that. So don't worry too much about it. But that's my tips. I'll say more about good servants for this a little bit in the future. So yeah, box limit break that UCC, keep the Kintoki Cs, there's multiple copies. That's my first tip for you guys. So let's talk about Ibaraki for a little bit. So those are the traits Ibaraki has. She doesn't have the divine trait. You might expect she has it because uh, Shuten has, but Shuten is a different beast altogether. She has the dragon trait. She has the female trait. She has the evil trait. She has like every trait under the sun. So don't worry about that. Ibaraki doesn't have the divine. He doesn't have the dragon. So she's neither of those. So calm down. Uh, the thing I want to talk about is because she has the female trait and because this event C that boosts attack also boosts quick cards. This means Jack is a really solid option. Jack the Ripper will slice her up really well. She was the main damage dealer for a lot of people in this event when it first came around because there wasn't Merlin, so we had to basically decrease waiver for a little bit and just fill up they fill up MP as quickly as possible and then just go to town on Ibaraki before she kill us. That was basically the entire strategy, and I still think it's the best way to approach this. You get a waiver, get a jack if you have one, or if you have a waiver, you get another waiver in a jack if you have like everything under the sun. But if you don't have that, it's okay. Like other, you don't need to use a quick servant for this. And Gilgamesh, I don't remember if he has his NP interlude right now in NA. But if he does, he can pretty much destroy Ibaraki as well. So don't worry about it. Uh, Besides Gilgamesh, you have basically everyone who can attack at all. You could even use Saber Lily and it would still be fine. Don't worry. When you have the CEs for it, this event is not that difficult, but before you get them, this is really tough. So this is the point I'm making with this video right now. So yes, waivers are gonna be your best friend. I got a lot of friend requests. I'm not gonna enter in this story, but got a lot of friend requests back then. And back then, when on JP server, you can only have one servant for your support slot. He was only one support slot. It didn't have the classes separated and everything like that. And my one support servant was a waiver, and he was 10, 10, 10. And that was really rare back in the days. So I got a lot of friends on that event. And I still have them today. So that's interesting. Uh, and a lot of people, if you can find a waiver with a max limit broken King Toki, they're probably not gonna show up at the very first days because people will be still be doing the event and they'll keep they'll keep their King Toki unlimited broken for themselves for a little bit. But after they finish this event, because if you do the 6 million HP as soon as you can, pretty much all the time, you will be able to finish this event in like 3 days, no problem, like at all. You 3 days, you're done with the event. You're just farming the shop items, and that's it. You don't really care about anything else. But you'll be done with this. Once you're done with damage, you can just limit broken your Kintokushi and have it on your support servants for other people to use. Or if you still want to farm damage for some reason, you can do it too. It's up to you. But anyway, uh, that's a tip I give to. If you think the event is too hard, people don't have their C's set up, just wait. Just wait a little bit. People will be done with the event. They'll put up their limit broken King Token C's, and it will be easier. Even if you don't have even if you don't have an attacker that can like be good at this, you can borrow a limit broken Ushi and get a Jack or something with a limit broken Ushi, and you just need to support her. Just use like something like Saint George and Hans, maybe even Mozart, whatever you can to support Jack. If you have a waiver or a Medea Lily or things like that, it's easier, but you don't necessarily need those servants. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about now too was that, as you can see, the NP for Ibaraki is extremely powerful attack against a single enemy, so it's single target, removes all buffs, and reduces defense for 3 turns. So what this means is it deals the damage first and then removes all buffs. So if you have an invasion skill, it will work. You will dodge the damage, but then the buffs will be removed. So for the rest of the turn, you won't have the you won't have the dodge anymore. So if you have a 1 turn dodge and she uses that, you will dodge the damage from the NP, but you won't have the dodge for the rest of the turn. So be careful. It's a little bit tricky, but the thing is you can dodge the damage, so it's not that hard to like sacrifice a dodge to dodge the MP. It's worth it. So yeah, don't be too scared of this MP, but remember it will remove all buffs you have. So if you have like waiver buffs, you lose those right off the bat and stuff like that. So be careful. And I don't think you should bother too much with uh buffing for defense against this particular NP, because unless you have 2 waivers and a Mashu, and you won't like you basically will take damage that will kill you always. So don't bother like wasting defense buffs hoping you will survive this, because you probably won't. Just dodge this. Just dodge it. Anyway, and lastly, I wanted to talk about the gacha. So on the original JP release, and I believe they will do the same for the English release, only Shuten Doji was available for only Shuten Doji was available in this gacha. Ibaraki was not in the game as a playable character until much later on another event. But I think it was genius that they did that, because then Ibaraki became one of the most requested characters in the game because she was already in the game. She already had an MP. She already had everything. She basically was ready to be playable. They just had to make her playable. But yeah, Shuten Doji, if you're interested in her, I have her. I think she does a great job. She's really unique in that she has so many debuffs on her MP. It's not they are not very strong debuffs, but they because they are so many, they add up really well. She has the whole poison damage going for her. If you're interested in that, in some cases it's beneficial to have poison damage because defense gimmicks prevent you from dealing regular damage. She also has a charm that works on everything, as opposed to charms that only work against males or females or humans. So that's unique. Unique. She can charm even dragons. It's no problem. She also reduces the defense of the enemy party with the charm. She also buffs the attack with a charisma and increases her own NP damage. All in all, she's a very solid assassin, except that she has a focus on arts rather than checks focus on quick. Other assassins that focus on arts are like Carry. If you have Carry, no, Kiritsugo, it's just Carry is his nickname. If you have other assassins that specialize in arts, she's worth getting. But if you want to just make an arts team, she's also worth getting in a way that most people will have trouble dealing with riders with their arts team, and she's a fit team to deal with with riders. So if you have a team that is mostly casters, she will fit it right in. And yeah, this is about everything you need to know. She's not very good of a star generator, unfortunately, but being not very good was is still okay. She doesn't do the best damage. She doesn't do the best job at generating stars, but she will generate some. So it's most than most characters will generate because of with her two quick cards. But that's not very impressive. So if you need an assassin to generate stars, this is not the one for you. You just my recommendation is you wait for another Jack rate up because she is still the queen of generating stars no matter what. And yeah, that's about all the things I have to say. You also have the gacha series that increases the drops from the gods. The gods aren't that important. You probably will be able to clear out the shop relatively safe. So don't worry too much about them. But I will recommend you to get the damage series first. The first thing you do on the shop is to get damage series. They will help you, trust me. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Peace out. If you liked videos like this, I'll just request down below and I'll make more. And thank you.